Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for tuning back into Rap Palette. And I have a very, very special edition for you today. I want to give a shout out to Nick Love, ATL, and his whole staff there for bringing a very engaging topic. And I think this is a wonderful topic because Atlanta do not get its just due. The contribution that it brings to the music and hip hop is unprecedented. And the people who are involved are unsung heroes. But examining your list of the top 50 rappers, I'm going to say emphatically no. You, out of all people, know that Atlanta music is a very serious and touchy topic, which I felt you probably needed to be consulted before you released that list. Because Guwap being so far down in the list was somewhat disrespectful and did not make sense. And I know it was just an opinion. A lot of these lists are opinions. But we need to be careful, especially when it comes to Atlanta hip hop. This is a very serious subject. That trap is very serious. But the list was constructed in a way that I wish I was there to consult you on this. So I had to do an emergency meeting with my staff so we can construct a better revised list that makes sense. Because there was people on the list that we never even heard of before. You had a couple things right, but then there was a couple things that did not make sense. When you're building lists like this, you have to factor in key things. Cultural impact, numbers, and content. And there were some people you left off the list, which I was saying he looks a little bit older. So there were some people that should have been on there. You cannot have a list without not having Scrappy. You cannot have a list without Cool Breeze, Witch Doctor, Jermaine Dupri. For God's sake, he wrote the theme song to Atlanta, and he was not on that list. So let me give you the revised and better list of the top 50 rappers in Atlanta. And here's the thing: a lot of people might get angry. You know what I mean? Was a collective effort. Took us more than 2 hours to do. A lot of infighting, because this is a very touchy subject. There were some unsung heroes, Sleepy Brown, some of the Dungeon Family crew, who should have made this list, but it's just too many people to put. You know what I mean? This list was constructed on cultural impact, numbers, iconic albums that was produced. You know what I'm saying? So let's start this. So for number one, we got Andre 3000, which makes a lot of sense. Two, Ludacris. If Ludacris could have made better albums than Andre, he could have been at number one. But Andre had the better albums. Gucci Man at number four. Oh no, Killer Mike at number three. Bar Spitter, another Dungeon Family is great. You know what I mean? We put Gucci at 4. And you know what I mean? I'm only saying this because the amount of projects that was being put out. But as far as this, Gucci has a cultural impact in Atlanta that people cannot deny it. Right after Gucci is Tip and Jeezy. And Future, I think I made this list perfectly well. You cannot have these guys not going back to back, knowing that the effect they had on the culture in Atlanta. Number 8 is Drama, for God's sakes, who's doing a 20-year sting. I don't know if he's out right now, but you cannot speak about Atlanta hip hop without drama. Not the DJ, but the rapper. For a lot of you young people, so don't know. Live, live, right, live. Get on up, get on up. Now at number 9, I put Walker. I think this is a perfectly fit for him because he did shifted the music. He did set a basis for what people talks about, and he is a lot of these new rappers' fathers. Number 10 is Pastor Troy. I wish I could have put Pastor Troy at number 1, because you know what I mean. His album was so polarizing. Help Me Rhonda, It's Hot, and the streets are hard for while the hell is the AC off. Whew, that album was serious. Unmatched, you know what I mean, and could not get no better. We got Young Jock at 11. People forget he changed the culture. When Atlanta was dead and nobody was pumping, he popped out and did his thing. Let's not get that twisted. 2 Chainz. I put him at number 12. Even though his lineage is very long, dating all the way back to Duffel Bag Boy. You know. Next is Takeoff at 15. Takeoff is another guy who I would love to have pushed over the list, because from a bar perspective, he can spit. He can hang with a lot of New York rappers, and I'm not being friendly or trying to collect clout points. No, that boy can rap. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I jumped the list. I forgot Big Boy and Young Thug. These people musically, they do their thing. P.D. Longway at 16. Rich Homie Quan. CeeLo Green. CeeLo Green is put on this because you're talking about rappers. And when I tell you that this was a hard list, it was a hard list to perform because, you know what I mean, there's other people we're forgetting right now. And CeeLo has a whole Goody Mob, Big Gip, and all of them are still here. So we're praying for them. But you know, this is what it is. As the list goes on, we have Pee Wee Longway makes 100% sense at 16. Rich Homie Quan, CeeLo Green, 21 Savage, Young L.A. And this is a name that I had to put on here because I was just dumbfounded that how can you have a conversation about music without not having MC Sade? You know what I mean? That does not make sense. I got Young Draw at 22. He's another spitter. I would have pushed him up a little bit higher, but due to his allegations with snitching and stuff like that, we had to refine the list. OJ the Juice Man, he's another one. I wish I could have put him up longer, but he wasn't producing enough products. You know. And this next name, a lot of people might not y'all remember, and this is why I say that previous list was emphatically wrong. How can you have a list like that with not having Gorilla Zoe on it? I'm going to pause and let y'all think about that. And I got Gorilla Zoe at 24. He's nicely in that safe spot. Just like at 25, I got B.O.B. He needs to be a little bit higher, but with the whole conspiracy theory, him falling off, you know what I mean? We just can't deal with that. You know? Number 26, Yin Yang Twins. You know what I'm saying? Yin Yang Twins. You know? So I just want you to think about that. You know what I'm saying? JID has a number 27. I put him on there because he's the new school guy. Alley Boy, YFN Lucci, Cool Breeze, Witch Doctor, Saha the Prince, Gunner, Jermaine Dupri, Offset, Little Baby, Quavo, Big Gip, Jody Breeze, Sean Paul, Bankroll Fresh, Shorty Low, Rocco, Scotty ATL, Young Nudie, Trouble, Little Yachty, K-Camp, and Fabo. If there were some names that you did not hear, and I repeat this again, this list was very, very hard. And I just want you to take into account, like, when you're doing your own top 50, just take into account and having metrics to measure it from. So when you do try to explain it to other people, they can have a better understanding. And I want to thank you for tuning in to Rap Pilot again. I'm out.